Hey there, I'm Unrealistic Wag, the tall guy in the yellow t-shirt and green hat, and today I'm here to break down an incredible story of friendship and sacrifice. Let's explore Nigeria's assistance to Liberia from 1960 to 2025, a journey filled with diplomatic breakthroughs, billions in aid, courageous peacekeeping, and sadly, the loss of many brave Nigerian soldiers. Absolutely, Wag. This isn't just a story of policies and numbers, it's a tale of heart and history. Starting in 1960, Nigeria and Liberia set out to build a relationship that would see them through decades of challenges and successes. We'll unravel the key moments that cemented this bond, from diplomatic outreach to cultural exchange, and down to the heavy costs of conflict. Right? Let's dive in. For our opening, picture this. Two nations stepping forward together against the backdrop of a changing Africa. In just 45 seconds, we set the scene. Nigeria and Liberia, united by shared cultural legacies and the desire for self-determination, forging bonds with ideals of hope and unity. Precisely, Wag. It all began in 1960, when both countries established their embassies in each other's capitals. This period marked a turning point as both nations embraced Pan-African solidarity. It wasn't about political maneuvering alone. It was about building genuine, people-to-people bridges. And that brings us to our first segment, diplomatic roots. I remember reading about the early days when key figures sat down for discussions that would lead to agreements like the Nigeria-Liberia Joint Commission. These crucial meetings weren't just ceremonial. They were a promise of mutual support, a commitment to stand together in turbulent times. Exactly, Wag. The diplomatic missions set up back then laid a solid foundation. Leaders on both sides shared visions of cooperation that went far beyond mere formalities. There was an understanding that African freedom and progress were a collective responsibility, a shared journey toward stability and development. And that spirit of unity is palpable even today. Moving on to our next segment, financial assistance and peacekeeping. When Liberia spiraled into civil conflict through the 1990s, Nigeria didn't hesitate. The military, along with diplomatic efforts, stepped into the breach with an unprecedented commitment that cost approximately $13 billion during peacekeeping operations. That figure is staggering, Wag, but it represents more than just dollars. It embodies resolute efforts to bring about stability through the ECOMOG coalition. Nigerian troops, amid dangerous and chaotic conditions, not only maintained order, but also delivered humanitarian aid and managed logistics to help rebuild a nation in crisis. True enough, and every dollar spent had a ripple effect. It wasn't simply an economic maneuver, it was a peacekeeping mission where every unit sent, every resource allocated was a step toward restoring order amid the chaos. However, such commitments inevitably come at a price, which leads us seamlessly into the next part, the human cost. It is important to remember that alongside these financial investments, hundreds of Nigerian soldiers lost their lives on Liberian soil. Their bravery and sacrifice were not mere statistics, but personal stories of commitment to peace and solidarity. Absolutely, Ngozi. For each life lost, there's a legacy of courage and an ongoing debt of gratitude. These fallen heroes are remembered not just by official memorials, but in the hearts of both Nigerian and Liberian communities. Their sacrifice underlines that peace isn't free. It's earned through the blood and courage of those who dare to stand up for what is right. And the fact that Liberia chose to honor these heroes by pledging to memorialize them tells you just how deep the bonds run. Their legacy has become a cornerstone for peace and reconciliation in the region, reminding future generations of the true costs of conflict and the value of unity. Speaking of unity, our next segment is all about cultural and political growth. After the dark days of conflict, Nigeria's support went beyond military might. The post-war period saw an outpouring of assistance in rebuilding critical infrastructures in Liberia, from schools to governance structures. Exactly, Wag. Nigerian teachers played a key role in revitalizing Liberia's education system by working in local schools and passing on knowledge. Joint cultural festivals blossomed, creating spaces for shared traditions and intercultural dialogue. It wasn't just recovery, it was a cultural renaissance fueled by the mutual respect of both nations. And there was also a distinct political evolution. Through initiatives and bilateral meetings, leaders from Nigeria and Liberia began to highlight the importance of good governance, economic development, and regional integration. These political exchanges have had lasting effects on both countries, laying the groundwork for modern collaboration. It's heartening to see how the collaboration fostered by such initiatives expanded well beyond crisis management. By exchanging ideas and building strong institutional links, the two countries were able to move from being ad hoc partners during emergencies to long-term allies with shared goals in sustainable development. Such political and cultural growth isn't isolated. It's intrinsically linked to Nigeria's overarching foreign policy, which has always championed African unity. The idea was never to help one nation in isolation, but to strengthen the entire West African community, ensuring that progress in one country benefits the region as a whole. And that vision carries us right into our final segment, modern relations. In today's world, Nigeria and Liberia's relationship has matured into a multi-layered alliance that goes well beyond historical ties. Modern diplomatic visits, trade agreements, and youth exchange programs are all part of this dynamic interaction. I love how our story isn't stuck in the past. Modern relations highlight joint efforts in regional security under ECOWAS, economic initiatives that bring shared opportunities, and cultural exchanges that keep the spirit of cooperation alive. Both nations have evolved, yet they remain interconnected through a rich history of support. In today's agreement, you see evidence of practical collaboration. Regular summits, business ventures, and community programs demonstrate how both countries are adapting to the challenges of modern times, while still drawing on decades of shared trust and sacrifice. And isn't that the real beauty of this narrative? From the establishment of embassies in 1960 to the collaborative projects of today, Nigeria's assistance to Liberia shows an evolving story of resilience. It tells us that the sacrifices of the past have paved the way for a future molded by unity, mutual respect, and progress. You summed it up perfectly, Wag. Whether through billions spent on peacekeeping or the countless soldiers who made the ultimate sacrifice, every element of this historical journey underscores a bond that has continually adapted to overcome challenges and seize new opportunities. Before we wrap this up, let's reflect on what all of this means for both nations beyond the numbers and statistics. At its core, Nigeria's assistance to Liberia is a living testament to the power of solidarity. It's about standing with your neighbor in times of dire need, even when the cost is immeasurable. It underlines the fact that sometimes true progress requires not only financial or military contributions, but also an unyielding commitment to shared values. It's this kind of commitment that transforms crises into opportunities for growth and builds the foundation for lasting peace. And as we consider the full journey from 1960 through 2025, we see that the relationship between Nigeria and Liberia is a story of continuous evolution, a narrative shaped by historical milestones, cultural interactions, and modern initiatives that speak directly to the resilience of West African unity. It really is a comprehensive story, one where every chapter adds to the legacy of both nations. From the diplomatic meetings of the 1960s through the turbulent decades marked by conflict and sacrifice, to the dynamic partnership we witness today, each phase is a reminder that every act of assistance carries a deeper meaning. Before I let you go, let's remember that this story encompasses not just a financial journey or even political agreements. It's the merge of everyday acts of service, the bravery shown on the ground by soldiers, and the cultural exchanges that have enriched both nations. Each moment of collaboration is part of a larger mosaic of African brotherhood. Precisely. And as we move toward our conclusion, it's important to express gratitude for the efforts that built this relationship and acknowledge the sacrifices made along the way. Every milestone stands as proof that when nations unite with genuine intent, the strength of their bond can overcome almost any hurdle. And with that thought, let's head into our brief credits. This also gives us a moment to honor those who have contributed through actions, policies, and sacrifices to this enduring legacy. Script and research by Copilot AI, archival footage courtesy of Nigerian Army Archives, ECOWAS, and UNMIL. Special thanks to the embassies of Nigeria and Liberia for their contributions. and a heartfelt dedication to the fallen Nigerian peacekeepers whose sacrifice paved the way for lasting peace. Thank you for sharing in this reflective conversation, where every word is a reminder of the power of unity in the face of adversity. We've traced decades of progress, sacrifice, and cultural evolution, a journey that is as inspiring as it is instructive. That's right, Ngozi. This isn't just a recount of historical events. It's a celebration of a friendship that has grown from humble diplomatic beginnings into a sophisticated, multifaceted partnership. Whether it's billions of dollars in support or the valor of soldiers on the front lines, every aspect of this story highlights the true meaning of solidarity. In reflecting on this extensive journey from 1960 to 2025, we see how deep bonds can be forged through mutual respect and enduring commitment. It's a legacy that reminds us that even in our modern world, the past continues to influence a brighter, united future. And while the financial figures, such as the $13 billion spent on peacekeeping and the severe cost of human life, speak loudly, they also shine a light on the incredible resilience of both nations, a resilience that continues to inspire collaborative efforts in today's global landscape. Let this conversation serve as a reminder that every diplomatic endeavor, every act of cultural exchange, and every heroic sacrifice contributes to a legacy of progress and hope, a legacy that unites not just Nigeria and Liberia, but serves as a beacon for all of Africa. As we draw this dialogue to a close, remember the importance of looking back at our history to understand the present and shape the future. Nigeria's assistance to Liberia is a timeless lesson in what it means to be committed friends and allies in times of both peace and strife. May this legacy of cooperation and sacrifice inspire future generations to build bridges, embrace differences, and continue striving toward a world of unified progress and shared destiny. That's a wrap from me. Keep these lessons close as you navigate your own journeys, and let the story of Nigeria and Liberia remind you that every act of genuine support can spark remarkable change. Stay inspired and keep the spirit of unity alive. Farewell for now, and remember, the history of solidarity is not just in the past, it's in every step taken towards a more hopeful future. Together, we stand stronger, and together, we move forward. And with that, our conversation ends. Thank you for listening to this deep dive into a remarkable narrative, the narrative of brotherhood, sacrifice, and unwavering commitment to peace. Until we speak again, take care and keep forging bonds that defy the tests of time.